The Nagorno-Karabakh government has agreed to dissolve its army in a ceasefire deal brokered by the Russian peacekeepers just 24 hours after Azerbaijan launched strikes across the region. Nagorno-Karabakh's presidency said Wednesday it had agreed to fully disarm and disband its armed forces and remove all heavy military equipment and weaponry from the region in return for a ceasefire that came into force at 1 p.m. local time. As part of the deal, officials from Stepanakert and Baku will meet in the Azerbaijani town of Yevlakh tomorrow for further negotiations. Reacting to the news, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan said he takes the ceasefire statement into account, but stressed that his government did not take part in the formulation of that text in any way and has not been a party to those discussions. The ceasefire came just 24 hours after Azerbaijan launched strikes across Nagorno-Karabakh, marking the worst outbreak of hostilities in the region since the 2020 war. At least 32 people have been killed and more than 200 injured, according to the latest update from the authorities in Nagorno-Karabakh. Those figures include both military and civilian casualties and are expected to rise significantly. Civilian infrastructure, including residential buildings, has been damaged across Nagorno-Karabakh, and thousands of civilians have been evacuated from the front lines to relatively safer areas. Here's what one evacuee had to say to our correspondent in Stepanakert. "We were evacuated. We are from the village of Verin Horatagh. I don't know. There was no one left in the village. Azerbaijani forces had advanced all the way to the village of Getavan. I don't know." The strikes came after Nagorno-Karabakh endured more than 9 months of near-total isolation from the outside world. Azerbaijan's blockade has pushed Nagorno-Karabakh's roughly 120,000 Armenians to the brink of famine and prompted warnings of genocide from the former chief prosecutor at the International Criminal Court. Azerbaijan's attacks on Nagorno-Karabakh have prompted mass protests in Yerevan, where large crowds gathered yesterday evening to call on Pashinyan to resign and Russia to respond more forcefully. At least 18 protesters and 16 police officers were injured in scuffles in the city last night, according to Armenia's health ministry. Further demonstrations are expected this evening. The powerful United Nations Security Council is set to hold emergency talks on the situation in Nagorno-Karabakh tomorrow after permanent member France requested the body to convene. Since the 2020 war, CivilNet has been the only outside media organization with a field office in Stepanakert, providing real-time on-the-ground coverage from Nagorno-Karabakh. For the latest updates, please go to civilnet.am.